And we're off. Both runners starting at Link's house and getting the lamp right off the bat.
Vanilla location.
Yeah.
It appears as they're both going to check Uncle.
I think if they're going to start from Link's house, you want to get this location out of the way pretty quickly. You'll be able to pick up 3 locations in less than a minute. They'll probably save and quit from here and go to Sanctuary.
Sabo missing the giving tree.
Yeah, I think he forgot to kill something on the way up there.
I don't believe he did kill anyone.
Yeah.
And the hammer.
Whoa! So we're starting off with a lot of very important items here. Hammer from the uncle. That'll give him some offense to start things off.
And the moon
and
pearl.
The moon pearl. Away from Darkworld access, and we're not even a minute in.
With the gloves at Sanctuary.
Speak of the devil. So all of a sudden we have everything we need to get into the Dark World. Agadom's definitely not going to be required unless there's something on the lumberjack tree they're going to need to retrieve. And here's our map check of a fairy crystal, crystal number 6 in Eastern Palace, and then the 2 non-green pendants in Desert and Hera. They're deciding he wants to go straight to the Dark World, while Myria goes the traditional route, checking the lumberjack tree from here.
And just a heart container on the ledge.
And we have a map check for the Dark World here. I saw a green pendant in Turtle Rock, and I believe crystal number 5 was Thieves Town. A death that's probably intentional. And bomb upgrade in the mushroom spot. Myria is going to go ahead and pick that up.
Sabo finding some bombs near the dig spot.
Is that a place where bombs are usually found?
I don't know if they've always been there, but as of recently, I've seen a lot of people going to that spot trying to find bombs quickly.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot of places on the overworld map, and especially since he's going up and down, pulling those. Yeah, those have to be places where you'll find bombs on a regular basis.
Let's see what junk is on the ledge. Just another heart container.
Myria's doing the blind hut, so the traditional tour through Kakariko Village. And $20 in the library. Sab0tender about to check the tavern here really quickly while Myria is going to the well. $50 in the tavern.
Myria picking up some bombs, taking no
First
time
bomb
to use those.
Collected.
And
there's the book.
He can read.
Now Myria is going to make his way back over to Blind Hut because he did not have the bomb to open up the back room there.
Just more bombs.
And Myria does not have enough money to purchase whatever prize the bottle vendor has. So we're just walking right past him there. And it looks like Myria is going to buy some more bombs just to make sure that he has enough for whatever additional exploration he's going to be doing here. sab0tender has exactly 101 rupees, so he'll be able to get whatever the bottle vendor has right now. Ready? So now both runners are pretty much catching up to each other. Myria checking the library and probably going to check the maze here while sab0tender is in the forest, picking up the locations that he missed while he was heading over to the Dark World there. And it looks like Myria is going to be heading south. We'll see if he's going to go to the Dark World first.
And it looks like he is headed to the Dark World.
Yep. That hype cave is so tempting early on in the game. Getting the map check over here. sab0tender is making his way across the north side of Hyrule. Don't believe he's checked the lumberjack tree yet, so that's probably where he's going to right now.
More rupees.
Cave. That was the ice rod, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So, slight hype.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is a green pendant, though, so that may not be necessary. Then again, anybody who's played version 26 Logic knows that they like to put things in Turtle Rock, whether you have to go there or not.
I've seen a lot of double or even triple dips into Turtle Rock.
And sab0tender is going to make his way up to Death Mountain at this point, while Myria is going to say hello to the Tree Kid. And picks up a heart container there. sab0tender in the middle of bringing Mr. Monopoly back home from his pajama party.
And the red boomerang.
All right, let's see how many digs it's going to take Myria to get whatever prize is in here. $15. And on the 20th dig, he gets hookshot.
Sabo seeing a red rupee across the gap.
Yeah, and bombs on top of Spectacle Rock, so pretty much nothing else he can do up there.
Myria going to check the dam.
That he's going to check the dam and then do the mini mold arm cave. He kind of jumped ahead of the line there doing the Dark World stuff first. Sab0tender's right behind him. And there's our first sword. It is always a relief to find a sword very early on in the game, just so you don't have to worry about going time without one. Sab0tender's about to pick up his sword as well. Oh, he's got the Master Sword.
That he does. Blue mail.
Blue mail, pretty much the only useful item they're going to find in there. Sab0tender trying the bomb strats on the Moldrum there.
Being saved by that fairy.
Yep, came in at just the right time. Well, it looks like Myria is going to be heading up to Death Mountain as well. Now, Myria has the hook shot, so he's going to be able to go to the east side and pick up everything over there, whereas Sab0tender did not have hook shot when he went out there. As a matter of fact, Myria has hook shot and hammer, so he's going to be able to do Tower of Hera if he wants. It's dependent. And Sab0tender is going to be opening up the Hype Cave right now. He'll be picking up his Ice Rod in just a matter of moments. You're having a little trouble getting into the doorway there. And it looks like Sab0tender is going to head into the area of Palace of Darkness. Either that or checking the pyramid.
Looks like he's going to check pyramid first.
Yep. He doesn't have the bow, so the pod is a bit of a risk if you wanted to take it. And Pyramid just has a piece of heart, so thinking about it, no, doesn't want it.
Ooh, Myria finding the crisp 300 rupees.
Yeah, well, they haven't gone to Zora yet, so that money might come in handy very soon. We got here 10 arrows, the Ether Medallion.
Powder.
More money.
More rupees. And silvers.
Silvers. Tried to do the bomb jump, but unfortunately could not pull it off. Gonna give it another shot, though. Sab0tender heading over to the Flute Boy now. Love from him.
So close.
And given up on it. It'll be interesting to see which dungeon they're going to go into first, because so far everything has been in the overworld. About to do the escape. And a green potion.
On the floating island.
Yep, and sab0tender's found the bow. So Eastern Palace is now open for business. And it looks like Myria is heading over to Tower of Hera. Nope, never mind. Yep.
Checking to see what's in the tablet.
Bad news for Myria, because he doesn't have Master Sword. At least he has a chance to check it. It's just a heart piece. And now he's going into Hera, while sab0tender is on his way over to Sahasrahla, and then doing Eastern Palace, most likely.
Myria finding the small key.
Well, unless this is the big key right here, he's going to have to go downstairs. It's the fire rod, so
wow.
Pretty decent consolation prize there. But it's going to have to go down to the basement to get the big key, while sab0tender... What sab0tender found in Sahasrahla's back room there. Judging by the tracker, it doesn't look like it was anything crucial.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. So Myria is pretty much done with Tower of Hera. It was a pendant, so he might not have to go back there. And now it's the long and arduous walk through the spiral cave for him. Starts to work his way through Eastern Palace here for his first crystal.
And a bottle.
Yep, and that is his first model, I believe, so that's going to make the sit kit available for him now.
Mm-hmm. Myria checking escape and realizing the bow's going to be there very shortly.
Yep. So considering that Myria pretty much has done most of the overworld at this point, you have to think he's probably going to head straight over to Eastern from here. sab0tender finding the big key in that chest right there. Finds the wonton in the big chest there. And not doing the dark room, he's going straight to the back to fight the boss, it looks like. And if I had to guess, I think Myria wants to do Thieves' Town first. Or at least some other Dark World locations before going into a dungeon.
Sabo missing the first arrow.
Yeah. And Myria's heading over to Skull Woods, it looks like. That's an interesting play.
Most of the time, Skullwoods usually has something good, at least in the front half. Sabo completing Armos and finding a compass.
Yep, and that's his first crystal, so as far as crystals are concerned, sab0tender in the lead right now. Missing a couple of items, though, so Myria can still catch up pretty easily here. Myria discovering that trying to fight the Gibdo with just the fighter sword is not fun. And sab0tender heading back in the Eastern Palace so that he can get that last treasure chest. He usually is. Myria finds the cape. We'll see if he decides to stick around. Yeah, he's going to go a little bit deeper here. A little unlucky for sab0tender spawning all the Stalfos in that room. There is a way to make it so that you only have to kill 2 of them.
It looks like he set it up initially to only have to kill 2 of them, but he missed.
Yeah. There's like an invisible line that if you cross it, it will spawn all 5 of them. If you walk like right down the middle of the room, so that's probably where he went wrong there. But he is making his way through now to the dark rooms, killing the Stalfos to pick up that key. Myria having some trouble here with the Gibdo.
Bringing out the hammer.
I think he just got tired of trying to kill it with the fighter sword, because I think it's like 16 slashes. Oh, when the statue is not aligned properly.
And Sabo finding the bug net.
Myria finding a map. Ready to hitch a ride on the Wallmaster to get out of that room and make his way to the back half. Sadly, Myria does not have the mirror right now, so he's not going to be able to check the pedestal. Let's see where sab0tender is headed right now. It's probably heading over to Pod. Yep. sab0tender is bringing the monkey over to Palace of Darkness. Hopefully he doesn't take a hit along the way.
Myria opting to use the hammer to kill everyone in the room rather than just lighting them on fire.
Yeah, he wants to conserve his magic, it looks like. Especially since he's using the lamp here. I don't blame him because, again, with the fighter sword, Malthael would be a bit of a pain. So having as many fire rod shots as possible is going to help him out there. Not sure where sab0tender's headed. Oh, he needed money. He was short of the 100 rupees he needed for House of Darkness there. So now that he has it, he's going to be able to go in. He does have everything you need to clear it out, so you'll probably see a full clear of Palace of Darkness from him along the way here. So Myria's facing off against Mothula right now, trying to use fighter sword spin attacks. Doing a reasonably good job. And he's got it.
And Mothula having the mirror.
Yeah, and actually that's a really nice find, because now he can just mirror straight out of here and check the pedestal. That's going to be information that sab0tender does not have. Presence of mind to do it. Absolutely. Alright, let's see what we have at the pedestal. Is it going to be something fun?
Pocket change.
And sab0tender have issues in the treadmill room there. But he got through there. It looks like he is setting up for Death Warp. And one touch of the orange jelly should be enough to do it. Or he could just blow himself up. Oh, but he had a fairy.
Fairy.
And he takes his frustration out on the railing there. So he's going to have to go the long way around through the bumper room here, while Myria is making his way out of Skull Woods. And he has the cape, so he's probably going to check what's at the bumper cave right now. Piece of heart. Sadly, Myria does not have the boots or the Titan's mitt, so he's going to have to go the long way around here to get to the backside of the graveyard here. Finding a piece of heart and red rupee down in the money room here. Oh!
That is very helpful.
Yeah, that's going to open up everything in a Dark World Death Mountain. It's going to open up Ice Palace, Fire Rod.
Sabo finding the flute.
So oh, and now he's Death Warping. No fairy this time. So the question is, when is Myria going to head over to the east side? Because now that he has the mirror, he can do Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness in one sweep.
Myria might be waiting to
And-
do that for when all of the other options have been exhausted.
Finally getting the Master Sword from that bottle vendor. So it looks like Myria is going to be heading into Thieves Town here. Probably going to do some Village of Outcasts stuff first.
₹20 from chest game.
Had to spend 30 to get them, so unfortunately taking a bit of a loss there. This is our first foray into Thieves Town here. Let's see what we find. Red mail.
Mail.
Now heading back into the dark maze here to pick up that big chest. Didn't have the big key until just recently, so having to take another trip into here. Okay, for half a second I thought he was setting up another death warp there.
Just to find more bombs.
Yeah. Be winners, especially since we got so much value early on in the game. You know, the game kind of runs out of things to give you after a while. Myria now making his way to the back half of Thieves Town, while sab0tender is about to make his way towards Helmasaur. So both of them should pick up their second crystal in time. The weird thing is, there are 4 completely different crystals.
It is quite interesting. I'm curious as to what order they'll do things in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is really a testament to how open this seed has been to start things off. From aside from the 3 dungeons that require Titan's Mitts, everything has pretty much been open to both runners here. Myria not passing up the opportunity to pick up a fairy. So sab0tender looks like he's going to get to his boss before Myria does. Myria's not going to be too far behind on the crystal count right here. Clutch fairy for sab0tender going into Helmasaur.
Very lucky.
Oh, he doesn't have the silver arrows. Myria does, so Myria's going to have a much easier time of this when here. But sab0tender, very nice job with Helmasaur despite not having the silver arrows. Only takes 1 hit the whole way.
Ooh, and the hot Cheeto sword from Myria.
Yep. $50 is sab0tender's reward for beating Helmasaur and his second crystal. Myria is about to fight blind. Let's see what corny joke we have to deal with this time.
Mire requires Earthquake, Bombos, or Ether.
The more you know. Phase 3 of the blind fight here. Having a little trouble.
But Myria gets blind.
Yep.
And Sabo awakening the Swag Duck.
Yep. And that's going to open up pretty much anywhere he wants to go at this point. Although his best bet might be to stick around here and pick up those... pick up the crystals. He doesn't have Fire on yet, though, so he's not going to be able to do Skull Woods.
Sick kid giving 20 rupees. At least he wasn't giving his heart.
Yep. Well, that might have been his prescription copay there, so I don't know. Not looking too good for him. Tender is going to make his way to the Dark World side here. Myria cleaning up the rest of Village of Outcasts. It's picking up the froggy.
Let's see what the dwarfs have to offer.
Well, before we do that, let's see what the Hammer Peg Room has for us. This is always fun when you don't have the boots. Inspiration on the chickens there, too.
50 rupees.
Yeah, Myria has enough to buy whatever Zora has in case he needs to, so not gonna grab those money. Yes, I said those money, I stand by it.
Speaking of money.
Yeah. It's 10 to get 20. Ah. And Myria's gonna wake up the magic bat here.
Batman being ever so generous.
Yep.
Sabo picking up his red mail.
It's looking like Myria has a lot more items here than sab0tender does at this point. So sab0tender's gonna find in Thieves Town here, but needs to make up a little bit of ground here. Because Myria is going to be very, very eager to knock out both Palace of Darkness and Eastern pretty quickly once he gets done with the errands that he's running right now.
Myria seeing the 10 arrows and dipping on out of there.
Yeah. think he's already maxed out on him anyway, so even if you picked him up, it wouldn't give him anything. Myria about to drop off the purple chest, and then most likely checking the Bombos tablet while he's here.
Blue goo.
Yep. Always nice to pick up a free safety. Getting a handful of bombs from the Bombos tablet. Gonna say hello to Desert Hobo, also known as Agana.
With a nice 5 bomb upgrade.
Well, we'll see if Myria's going to go into Desert Palace. He does have the book, so he can open it up. It is a pendant, however, so it is a bit of a gamble to go in there. $20 on the ledge. And sab0tender about to get his tempered sword there. Myria is going to go into Desert Palace.
Looks like Myria is immediately going to check what is on the torch.
I have the boots. You want to see if this is going to be important. And it kind of is, because it's the big key. But if he finds the small key in this chest, he's still going to be able to open up at least a couple of chests in here. Nope, it's the compass. Myria getting chased out of Desert Palace pretty quickly there. sab0tender starting on the blind fight right now. He's done. Looks like Myria is going to head over to Eastern now and do that Palace of Darkness Eastern Palace combo we were talking about earlier. I'm hearing some people in the chat talking about spooky chat room here. I think those are the kids in the swimming pool that are making a lot of noise. I apologize for that. But Myria making his way over to Eastern Palace while sab0tender is about to start on Skull Wood. Still doesn't have the fire rod, so he's not going to be able to get all the way through. Myria grabbing the treasures out of Sarsh Malarsh's back room, and now it's going to head over to Eastern. Actually, Palace of Darkness first.
Sab0tender picking up the cape.
Now, if I remember correctly, both prizes were retrievable without the fire rod in Skull Woods, so he'll be able to at least get everything out of here, but unfortunately without the fire rod, isn't going to be able to complete it. Actually, no, Mothula had the mirror, did he not?
Mothula did have the mirror.
So yeah, this is going to be bad news for sab0tender here.
So Lugaroo, at this point, what do you think the next key progression item will be?
You know, I gotta think it's probably going to be Cane of Samaria.
That's what I was thinking.
Because
that's
Cane of Samaria is going to open up both Mire and Turtle Rock, and even though Turtle Rock is a pendant, it does have that reputation of having an important item in there.
It does.
See Turtle Rock having flippers, which would then open up Swamp Palace. So as we are making our way through here, both runners doing some stuff that the other runner has already done. This is a good opportunity for you guys to give these runners a follow. They are putting their heart and soul out here to give you guys some entertainment. So definitely would love to get some follows out of this as well. sab0tender is about to get the hook shot out of the digging game here while Myria is marching through Palace of Darkness here.
Sabo taking no time to go straight to Death Mountain.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty much the only part of the map that he hasn't gone to yet. And now that he doesn't have the fire rod, you know, he's got to think, where else have I not gone yet? The sab0tender about to head upstairs here and pretty much catch up in terms of items, except for a couple of things. Meanwhile, Myria is about to get the flute. So sab0tender picks up the magic powder, and I believe that was where the fire rod was it not?
I'm not
No,
quite sure.
magic bat did not. Magic bat only had $20. I'm sorry. That's right. The fire rod was in Tower of Hera, I believe.
Okay, so it looks like Savo's heading to Tower of Hera right now.
Yeah. And he actually does have the book and a better sword than Myria had up here, so he's going to check the Ether Tablet first.
I believe the Ether Tablet was just changed, though.
It was a heart piece. Piece of love.
Yes.
But if it refills with life, nope, it won't. And just double checking to make sure, yes, this is a pendant after all, but it's going to have an important item, so. So sab0tender about to find the fire rod right about now. And heads straight out. Doesn't want anything to do with Tower of Hera any further. Meanwhile, Myria is taking on Helmasaur here. And this will be Myria's third crystal, so pulling even in terms of crystals, but still has a little bit of an edge in terms of the items that Myria's found.
It looks like Sabo is heading up to Skull Woods.
Yeah, just heading straight over there after finding that fire rod. That was the one that he needed. Myria is entering Eastern Palace now, and this shouldn't take too long to complete. The funny thing is, again, we're looking at both players having 4 crystals at about the same time here, so this could be really a matter of who makes the right decision to find the flippers. As well as what medallions are going to open up Mire and Turtle Rock, because if it's not Ether, they're going to have to look for those as well. Myria Chan getting the fairy bottle from Eastern Palace there, while sab0tender is working on the second half of Skull Woods.
Sabo finding the big key.
Now, the thing about Skull Woods, though, this is one of those dungeons, and Swamp Palace is the same way. You actually don't need the big key to complete it. So the fact that he's going to find the mirror when he defeats Mothula here, he is probably not going to go to see what that big chest has, because it probably just has a key or a compass or something along those lines. sab0tender having a much easier time with the Gibdos than Myria did because he has the tempered sword now, as opposed to when Myria was trying to do this with the fighter sword. Against Mothula shouldn't be that difficult of a fight with the equipment that he has.
Myria finding the bug nut.
And
Sabo making quick work of Mothula.
Yep, and there's his mirror. sab0tender decides not to check the pedestal. Apparently has the confidence to believe that it's probably not going to be an important item. And sab0tender might be looking for another item in this dungeon. I don't know if he found the other one. I'm pretty sure he did, though. Just a small key there. Myria picking up his 4th crystal, so it's a tie race once again. Now, I don't believe that Myria has activated the swag duck yet, so even though he has the flute, he's going to have to head back over to Kakariko at some point.
I believe you're correct.
Walking his way over. Has he checked the pyramid yet? That might be where he's headed.
I believe only Sabo has checked the pyramid?
Yeah, in that case, that's probably where he's going right now. He could also... None of them have been in the water yet. They haven't even fake flippered anything, so...
No
he might
hobo.
be able to do it from there anyway, so never mind. But yeah, it looks like he's headed towards the pyramid while sab0tender is doing the back half of the graveyard now. And that's where the Titan Smiths are going to be found. Myria electing not to go to the catfish. Would be an investment of a couple of minutes, so...
I find it interesting, neither of them opted to check the King's Tomb right after they got the mitts.
Is there a way to do that without the boots?
Oh, you need the boots. I'm sorry.
I think there's a way to do the spin speed, but I think you still need the boots for that. Yeah. The boots is another item that could figure heavily into this seed. If Desert Palace is hiding something, could end up being the most important item here.
Sabo finding a shield, and Myria opting to go check the ferry.
Yep. Path Fairy is one of those things, as soon as you get the 2 crystals necessary to open it up, it's generally a good idea to give it a shot.
And they both see heart containers.
Yep. Heart piece and heart container in the Fat Fairy cave there. Where is Myria headed now? Back in the pyramid and finding a heart piece. And looks like Myria's going to do the catfish now.
Catfish could be holding boots.
That's definitely possible. sab0tender is going to be doing the Dark World side of Death Mountain now. So that's going to give him 6 locations to check. And possibly 7 if he wants to dip into Spike Cave. He does have the cape, so he can check that out as well. So we'll see if the catfish play from Myria is going to pay off. This is a long walk to get to, so if it's not worth it, then...
$300 rupees, but Sabo finding the
sab0tender
flippers.
finding the flippers. Myria just realizing he doesn't have the flippers, otherwise he could have gone in the waterfall cave there. Over to the hookshot cave. Finds a shield upgrade. A little bit of money. And a little more money. So Dark World Death Mountain has significantly more value than the Hookshot Cave there. And it looks like Quake is what opens up Turtle Rock. A very brief glimpse of that. Myria has now awakened the Swag Duck. As sab0tender also does the long walk through the spiral cave. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Myria decides to use fake flippers to get into Ice Palace, because he doesn't have flippers right now. It's going to take him a while to get them if he, even if he starts looking right now, it's going to take a little while. So he might be better served just using the fake flippers, getting in there, picking up whatever he'll find, and taking the chance on Death Mountain later. Looks like he's about to open up the Fat Fairy.
Myria headed towards Checkerboard Cave.
And nothing of interest in there. So let's see where Myria is going to head to. Yep, he is going to Death Mountain. He is going to Dark World, most certainly.
Oh, Myria's stuck, though.
We're all locked. Hands down, the most annoying monster in the entire game. On what is number 2, number 3, but yeah, dead rocks are certainly the one thing you do not want to trifle with. And it looks like sab0tender is going to go into Hyrule Castle here and check out the dungeon. Not seen from either player yet. So Myria about to pick up the flippers right now.
And there he goes.
Probably wishes he had them about 5 minutes ago so he could check the Waterfall Cave and Zora and all that fun stuff. But at least this is going to open up Swamp Palace and Ice Palace for him. Now he's going to check what opens up Turtle Rock as well. Fortunately, we already know that Hookshot Cave really is not going to have anything useful aside from the shield upgrade right there. sab0tender about to engage the on-chain guard in Mortal Kombat. Oh, he is already dead.
Ah.
Just a heart piece, but there's one more chest to be found in the dark room, so this has something useful. Interesting. Myria is going to save and quit out of there. I would have thought maybe he'd check the Spike Cave. But he's going to flute on out of there. And Samaria in the castle, in the dark room.
Turtle Rock is now open.
Yeah.
Well, they're still missing the medallion.
Yeah, they still need Quake for both Meyer and Turtle Rock, but that's definitely a spot that Myria is going to have to check, and if he's not thinking along those lines, that could for Myria's chances here. sab0tender heading over to the Ice Cave right now. Because right now, they are, sab0tender is a quick medallion away from go mode, it looks like. Second, I thought that was it.
Just Bombos.
Yeah. That coin flashed on the screen, and all of a sudden...
Missing the swag duck.
It almost looked like the duck picked up the rock that he threw. And Myria's going to head into Swamp Palace. sab0tender is going to make his way up to Zora's Falls here.
Ooh, the mushroom.
Well, he's got the flute, so you can cash that in right away. But we'll probably check what's in Zora's Falls before doing that. We've not been in here yet, so let's see what we find.
Bombs.
Bombs on the ledge.
Zora could still have boots, though.
Yeah, he absolutely could.
And if that big key's on the torch at Ganon's tower, that will be necessary.
Because in desert, you're going to need boots. Nope, just a heart container. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Both runners got the fire rod out of Tower of Hera, but they did not explore it fully. So Quake could be with Moldworm or in the big chest up there, and that could be something that both runners overlook for quite a while. There they are, there's the boots.
Hidden away in swamp.
So Myria is going to get a speed boost here, but still lacking a couple of crucial items here. We know where Samaria is, we're just looking for Quake right now. Sab0tender starting on Ice Palace here. Three prizes in Ice Palace. He's found the first one. Just 10 arrows, though. Electing to do the left side of Swamp Palace right away, not going to backtrack.
Ooh, the single arrow.
Single arrow. Deed is now officially validated.
And the map.
Tender's setting up for the bomb jump here.
Ooh.
Then on the first try, falls. No, not on that one. Running a little low on health, he's going to say, never mind, I'll just go ahead and go the long way around. That could actually buy Myria a little bit of time if he's able to do the bomb jump. Because right now, Myria looks to be a little bit behind right now with Sab0tender having Samaria, and Myria really not having any idea where it is, and Samaria being in a place that you wouldn't really think to check at this point. Myria finds the big key in Swamp Palace. Is going to have to head back upstairs. And avoids the staircase glitch up there. Very nicely done. Sab0tender in a little bit of trouble health-wise, but he's going to pop the anti-fairy, so he's in much better shape now.
Sabo finding the big key.
Yeah, health refill from that heart piece right there. So in all likelihood, Myria is going to pick up his 5th crystal first, but is still missing Samaria, so it's still a rather close race here. It's going to be hard to see, hard to tell who's going to take a clear lead until somebody finds Quake.
making quick work of Argus with that Cheeto sword.
A couple of spin attacks will be all that it will take to kill the main body. There it is! He's found the Quake. The Myria has found Quake. That's going to open up Turtle Rock and Misery Mire, but he doesn't have Samaria yet.
He might think to check Misery Mire for the cane.
It's definitely possible. I've seen Vanilla Cane in a few seeds, so... He's hitting the flute. I would imagine he's fluting to 6.
And
That's
there
where
he
he's going.
goes.
Is gonna be bad news for Myria right here. It looks like he's gonna check Desert Palace first, which is even worse news. Because now we know that Desert Palace is not going to have anything useful. He might find Butter Sword, but that's pretty much as good as it's going to get over here. Now, if Myria mirrors out of here and then leaves without going to Mire, he's still got a chance to find Samaria before sab0tender gets into go mode. sab0tender about to engage Cold Stare in a little bit of a battle here.
Likes to use Bombos.
Yep, wants to have those Fire Rod shots to take on the 3 eyeballs here.
Myria does find the blue cane, though. And the shovel.
Shovel, so that actually might be a good thing, because it's going to get him out of Mire. If he immediately heads over to the dig spot, it's not going to have what he's looking for, but at least he's not going to try to, you know, YOLO into Misery Mire and then find out that it's doesn't have the cane that he's looking for. That's exactly what he's doing.
He's hoping the cane is there.
Yep. Nope, just money. He's fluting back. Don't flute to 6, Myria. Don't do it. Okay, fluting to 8. He's probably going to go to Ice Palace first, because he knows he can complete that. sab0tender is on his way to Swamp Palace, which is where he's going to find Boots and Quake, so he's going to be in go mode once he gets done with this.
That he will.
And we'll see if Myria is going to head up to Zoro's area first, because he did not have the flippers when he was up there originally. Yeah, he's going to check the wet stuff first before going into Ice Palace, which is going to cost him a little bit more time.
Ooh, and the hobo giving away all of his money.
Yep. I mean, it's kind of hard to panhandle for money when you're living under a bridge. So it looks like Myria is heading to Ice Palace. Or not. Gonna check the island first. Finds a heart container. It's not often that you see runners take this long to check all the water stuff, because this tends to be stuff that you do very early on when you really don't have anywhere to go and you haven't found any items. This, however, was a seed where the items we found were the hammer, the moon pearl, and the power glove. So you had access to the Dark World literally seconds into this race. Sab0tender about to find the boots.
And there they are.
We'll see if he is going to go right side. Well, he doesn't have a key. That's going to be important. But it looks like he's going to be skipping the right side, which is going to buy him a little bit of extra time here. Myria has gotten done with Zora's Falls. But he is not in the area of Hyrule Castle right now, so Mawcrox first, and probably King's Tomb right after that.
There is a possibility that he has forgotten about doing escape entirely.
It's possible. According to chat, he is using a location tracker, so you would think that along the way he's going to have that marked somewhere. Unfortunately, nobody has invented a location tracker yet with a big blinking red light that says, "Go here! Go here!" Myria cashing in the mushroom. As Sab0tender gets closer and closer to the Argus fight, which is going to give him the Quake and thus
5 extra bombs.
And it looks like Myria is headed up to the castle. Now the question is Myria going to go downstairs first, or is Myria going to go upstairs? Looks like downstairs first, so it's going to take a little while. Sab0tender's got Quake. He is now in go mode.
Sabo's probably feeling excited he didn't have to do any pendant dungeons.
Well, they did pop into Tower of Hera for about 30 seconds. But yeah, you're right. Not having to go deep into any pendant dungeons is always a nice feeling to have.
And not having a pedestal seed.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sab0tender is making his way into Misery Mire right now. This will be his 7th crystal. Myria finding nothing of value in the prison of Hyrule Castle, and now is going to head upstairs. So getting closer and closer to that Cane of Samaria. That's going to put Myria into go mode, but unfortunately is a couple of crystals behind Sab0tender at this point. Or at least one crystal behind, I should say.
And
there it is.
Finds the cane and immediately leaves.
Yep. So Myria is now in go mode as well, but needs to clear out Ice Palace before doing Misery Mire. I guess you could do Misery Mire right now, but regardless, needs 2 crystals to sab0tender's 1 right now. The good news is Myria being in go mode means that you can forward all the way through Ice Palace to just get to Cold Stare, not have to worry about picking up any items. I believe sab0tender was not in go mode when he did it, so might pick up a couple of minutes that way. Sabo is pretty much looking for the big key right now, and it's proving to be elusive. Lamp to light up the torches here and open up the room. There is that magic jar down below. Never mind, he finds the big key, so he can head straight on over to the boss now. Nice job by Myria on the double stealth host kill.
Myria setting up the bomb jump, and ooh.
Nope, couldn't get it there. Gets it on the second try, though. Remember, sab0tender had a lot of trouble with that bomb jump earlier, so Myria saves a couple of seconds on that. So both of them should be getting close to their boss fight at about the same time here. sab0tender having the silver arrows to work with against Vitreous.
Making the fight a whole lot easier.
Oh yeah. One arrow per eye and then 2 arrows for the big one. A little bit of damage from the lightning strikes, but not going to make a huge difference. He takes care of will be his 7th crystal. He gets another egg roll for his valor there, and he is on to Ganon's tower. And everybody in the chat, you know what this means. It's time to pick in a random number between 1 and 22. Where is that big key gonna be? Sadistic people in the chat saying tile room and number 22, so I've been saying torch for each of these races.
I usually pick the upper teens.
Yeah, it's really fun when it's like, you know, the 15 through 17, which is usually the chests just after Armos, because that just puts just enough fear in your head, like, oh no, did I have to go right side? Then no, you're okay. Myria about to open up Myria for crystal number 7, as sab0tender is taking the Dark World route up to Ganon's Tower. And this race is by no means over. If sab0tender has any sort of issues with, you know, the big key does end up being on the right side, or has a couple of falls against Moldorm 2, or heaven forbid a death high up into the tower, this could be an opportunity to catch up. So here we go into Ganon's Tower. And check the first 2 chests on the right side.
Oh. Wow. Big key straight away.
Yep, and all he needs is a small key. He knows exactly where to find one, and he is heading upstairs.
I was not expecting that.
No, sir. Myria is closing in on where the big key is. He's going to go to the other, to the main room here first to check this chest. Unfortunately, nothing is going to be there that can be used. But should be able to find the big key in a matter of moments. Has the fire rod ready to go. As long as Myria goes up, and he does. There's that big key. Myria picking the large magic potion up there, and meanwhile sab0tender is heading upstairs to the gauntlet. Let's see how he does with it. And without too much difficulty. A little bit of trouble with the Stalfos here. Now, the interesting thing about the big key being where it was in Ganon's Tower, Myria is not even going to have the opportunity to go right side. So, I guess that's a good thing because it means that Myria is not going to go the wrong way. That's going to limit the amount of time that Myria is going to be able to save, making their way up Ganon's Tower here. Popping the fairy there before Land Mode 2.
Ooh, right off the bat.
That's the first one. Myria takes care of Vitreous without any trouble at all. sab0tender having a little bit of issue with Landmollas there. Unfortunately, if you can't get them on the first cycle, there's really no way to predict where they're going to spawn and end up. Myria with an interesting decision there to save and quit. I guess it saves a couple of seconds rather than hitting the mirror. Nice one-cycle Wizrobe room there from sab0tender as he's closing in on Aga 2. Myria should be able to get into Ganon's tower before sab0tender gets to the Ganon fight. Makes it up the stairs without a despawn. One less thing to worry about there.
Tries to torch the mini Helmasaurs.
Yeah, he needed another key. Just opened the chest for bombs. Never gonna have too many bombs. Opens up the bomb door there. Could powder the fairies here and pick up some life and then get the magic bottle down below. It's on the mold worm too. Got that first hit in pretty quickly, but having some issues lining up that spin attack. There it is. And he validates $20 in the validation chest.
Ooh, the crisp bonk. Myria also immediately finding the big key.
Yep, and now it's going to go over to the left side, pick up the small key under that skull, and we'll be on their way to the upper reaches of Ganon's tower. Meanwhile, double on that first cycle.
Sabo hitting the double.
That is 4 hits, I believe.
You're up to 5. Sabo missing all of them that time.
Yeah, that was not a good setup for Sabo on that one. And oh, another miss. There we go. Takes out some aggression on Aghanim there, and now he's just waiting for that bat to fly around. And as we close in on the Ganon fight here, just another quick reminder to give these runners a follow. They've been giving us a really good race here. Both runners getting to Ganon's tower at about the same time. Definitely give these 2 runners a follow.
I would also like to thank our restreamer Alvi and our tracker Dude.
They've been doing a really great job here keeping us up to date with everything going on, and giving us an opportunity to, guys. sab0tender working on phase 1 of Ganon right now. I think he's probably done with it, and yep, he's on to phase 2. Myria is working on the gauntlet. sab0tender is a little bit low on health here, and those fire bats do 2 hearts of damage when you have the red mail, so you can't be too lackadaisical here. He's down to 2.5 hearts.
He does have the bottle
now, so.
He does have the bottle of blue goo though, and he opts to use it.
Pretty good shape for these last few hits, as Myria makes her way over to the Landmo 2 fight. Unfortunately, can't line up the silver arrows. sab0tender about halfway through phase 3 here. careful. Almost got a hug from Ganon. Glitch.
That would have been quite unfortunate.
Yeah, don't want to get knocked off the platform right now. It's one hit.
Oh,
no!
no. That sets him very far back.
That's gonna cost him a lot of time. He was well on his way, and that's gonna give Myria a golden opportunity here to catch up. Probably could afford that once, but if he falls off again, it is a completely different race. The big thing is he used that blue potion during the Ganon fight. He doesn't have that anymore, so...
And Myria, on the other hand, not only has a blue potion, but has a fairy.
Yep. It's a much easier time with the Helmasaur fight there. Sab0tender down to 6 hearts. And Myria takes care of Moldorm too, getting closer and closer here. Sab0tender gets done with Phase 3 of Ganon once again.
Myria does not validate the run, though.
It gets the torch glitch this time. That's really good news for him. That's the second hit on Ganon right there. Oh, yep, need the silver arrows, not the fire rod. That's 3 hits. And that is 4. GG for Sab0tender. Sab0tender is your winner, clocking in with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 41 seconds. We're going to see if we can get Sab0tender in here for an interview. Meanwhile, Myria is about to start on the Ganon fight. Let's cheer Myria on here and hope for a good finish.
Let's send Myria all of your energy.
Yeah, let's do that. He does have that that fairy, so doesn't have to worry too much about taking damage just yet.
I think he's going to wait for his magic to run low, and that's what he's doing.
Yep, there we go. Obviously has done the done enough damage to Ganon in Phase 2. Not cooperating here, warping a lot. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Got the hit on him, at least.
Will he go for the double? Oh, and he gets it.
Gets the double on that one. It's just one more hit away, and that will do it. So, GG to Myria there.
Myria coming in second place with an SRL time of 141 or 146.21. Excuse me.
sab0tender going over to Discord to his victory.
Whoa.
Hey
GG,
guys,
guys.
GG.
Wow, thank you. I can't believe it. I should have been creamed in that one.
What was going through your mind when the first thing that you open is the hammer, the second thing you get is the moon pearl, and the third thing you get is the glove?
Oh, I went in all the wrong directions at the start there. I have no idea what I was thinking.
The opposite happened to me. I got like everything right at the beginning except for the one thing I needed, which I didn't check Hyrule Castle until near the end of the game when pretty much every other place had been checked already.
Yeah, sab0tender picked up the Cane of Samaria maybe about 20 minutes before you did, Myria. And unfortunately, the fact that Quake and Boots were both in Swamp Palace kind of you're into go mode there.
Mm. Yeah, I took a real shot going into Hyrule Castle there. I figured that if I was going to have any chance at beating Myria, I was going to have to take some risks. And so that gamble kind of paid off, I guess.
Yeah. The funny thing is, both of you went in two completely different directions at the start. sab0tender, you went into, I believe, Eastern and Palace of Darkness very quickly and cleared those out. Meanwhile, Myria went into Thieves Town and Skull Woods, his first two crystals. So you guys, it was a very interesting race to watch because it was not until the end both of you were in completely different lanes.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of what happens when you get the hammer and the moon pearl and the gloves like right at the beginning of the game. You can go anywhere.
Yeah, it almost opens up too much.
It really did, yeah.
I was like, do I go to Village of Outcasts now? Like, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. And then Myria, you might not have been aware of this, but sab0tender actually did have a fall at Ganon, so you managed to close the gap there quite a bit. But fortunately, sab0tender did get the torch glitch on his second fight, so that kind of put it away at that point. But it really closed up towards the end.
I really thought I was going to lose. I thought for sure, especially after the fall, that Myria was going to get me.
Yeah, I just ended up like searching pretty much every place in the game before I was able to continue. That was my problem the whole time. If you look at my tracker map. My tracker map is like completely gray because I've already checked it all.
The key in Ganon's tower was friendly this time around.
Oh, very.
Definitely.
Did you go right also?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Really fast Ganon's tower, but I was really worried that he would finish, and of course he did, but because I had just gone like all over the place looking for the dang Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, that dang cane.
It's gotta be Cane. What is that expression?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Now, if you guys did this seed again, what would you do differently this time?
The Cane of Samaria immediately?
I don't think I would do anything differently because in any other situation, I think I would have lost. So I think I did it just right.
Yeah, I would have taken the hammer. I would have taken the hammer into Hyrule Castle, gotten the Cane of Samaria right then, and gotten out. It would have been a very different run like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Hyrule Castle is one of those locations where it just has junk every time you check it and need to check it, and then the one time you forget it, that's when it has something important.
Yep, always.
Well, I
Welcome
didn't.
to Randomizer.
It wasn't a forget. It was more like I have all these locations on my map, and I have to choose which ones to go to. So it was like, when do I want to go there? Versus, I have a whole bunch of these green lights and a bunch or icons in a row here. I'll go get this one, this one, this one, this one. Or do I want to go to Hyrule Castle, which has like 4 items or something?
Yeah, and you guys did both have the mirror when you went in there, but without the mirror, it's a bit of a slog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when I don't have the mirror, I just kill myself after the fallen chain guard. Like, I leave the green guy alive, and then I'll kill myself so I get spawned back at the beginning.
Right. But it still takes a good amount of time to just get down there.
Yeah. Phew.
I was glad I didn't have to do any dark rooms because
Yeah,
lamp was early.
sure was. Well, thanks for doing commentary, guys.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, this race was a lot of fun to watch, and it's this is my first commentary, so hopefully I did good enough for everybody watching to be entertained. I do apologize for the screaming children downstairs in the swimming pool, but
You both did excellent on this race.
Oh, thanks.
Good job, Sabo.
Oh, thanks. Good job, Myria.
I'll be sure to try and watch your races against the other players in this group.
Yeah, for sure.
And be sure to follow both of our racers, our tracker, and our restreamer.
All right, I'm going to jump out, guys, so thanks so much.
All right.
Thank you.
all right. Well,
Hey, guys.
GG to sab0tender and GG to Myria. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Lugaru, and thanks for joining me, Little Gabes.
You're welcome. Thank you for co-hosting with me.
All right, so that's going to do it for us for this race, and stay tuned for more randomizer fun on this channel and all the other speed gaming channels over the next few weeks. Thanks for watching, guys.
Have a nice evening.